from the past few days that we haven't had our session.
Good.
Did you good? Did you enjoy your holidays?
Yes.
Yes. Alright, so that's great to hear. So let's just have a quick reminder of what we learned last session because it's been a long time. So last session, our fifth session, we had our lesson about simple present tense with a singular subject, and also we learned about a simple present tense with a plural subject. So of course, when we say simple present tense, so we're talking about those verbs that can be occupied of the moment in the present time. And when we say singular and plural, then we are referring to only one subject, only one noun, to be a noun. Or when we say plural, we're referring to many subjects. Alright, and we learned about the rules in terms of combining all of these. Now, what are we going to learn, or what will be the focus of our sixth section? So actually, the focus of our sixth session will be about the simple past tense and the simple future tense. Since we already learned about the present, then of course, we learn about the past. It is like, for example, it is yesterday. And also the future, so it will be tomorrow. All right, and of course, we'll also learn about the verbs associated, or what kind of verbs are we going to use if we are to use those kinds of tenses or verb tenses. But before that, if I can also remember, last time we ended our session by listening to a song, and I asked you to answer immediately. All right, of course, I will not force you to like sing this song. So actually, the first item is an example, right? So we have here make or makes the stars look like they're not shining, but this is just actually the second line. Therefore, we have the first line. It says, "Oh, her eyes, her eyes." So basically, our subject will be: is it the stars or the eyes? What will be our subject in this first two lines? Is it her eyes or the stars? What will be the subject or the main focus of this sentence or the lyrics? Come again, Remy? It will be her eyes or the stars. What is our subject? It's her
Eyes.
Come again? Can you say it out loud, Remy?
Eyes.
Her eyes. Actually, very good. Now, since we're talking about her eyes, so of course, you should say, make the stars looks like they're not shining. Because, of course, when we say eyes, it's composed of one pair. Means to say, you have two eyes. How many eyes do you have? So, since it is in plural form, it requires a plural verb. And we know that it is the opposite when it comes to verbs. When it comes to verbs, we should not include an S if it is in plural form. Ramli, may I ask you to mute your microphone because I think there's an echo in my end. Alright, thank you so much. Now, that's why our answer is make instead of makes, because the word makes is a singular verb. So if we're just talking about, for example, the cyclops, do you know what is a cyclope, Ramli? That's a creature with only one eye in the face. Alright, only one eye. But in this case, we're talking about a girl to have like set of eyes. So her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Alright, so let's move on to the first item here. So we have here, she's so beautiful, and I tells her every day. So we need to say this is a simple uh, present tense because again, if we tell her every day, then we need to say it is a habit. It's every day. So we're doing this action every single day. So it's a routine. Okay, if you can remember that one based from our previous discussion. So she's beautiful and I. So we have subject I, who is the doer of the action I. And although we know that I is singular, so we should have tells, right? But we know that I is a special verb. So therefore, our answer is the word tell. Very good. So your answer is actually correct. Very strong. Now to the next lyric. Yeah, I know. When I, so we have another I, and therefore, automatically it will belong to the rules, particularly for plural subjects, and therefore we should not include an S. Should have complement. Although it is I, singular, again, it is a special verb. Now, how about this one, the next one? But every time she asks me, do I look okay? I say, now, what is the subject in this sentence? Who is the doer of that action? Who is asking? It's the word she. And Ramli, may I ask, is the subject, excuse me? So when I ask you, the subject she, is it singular or plural? The subject she.
Singular.
Oops, I'm on mute. So that is actually correct. Very good. She is a singular subject, and that's why it requires a singular verb. So, do you think we have here the verb ask? Again, it's the opposite when it comes to verbs. If we're talking about singular verbs, then it requires an S. And therefore, the correct answer for this one will be asks. Because she is not a special subject, unlike the I. Alright, you get that one, Emily? Again, the correct answer for this one is the word asks. Let me have my correction here. I'll highlight this one. Alright. How about the next line? So we have, again, when I, it is an exception I, that's why we do not include an S to our verb. So very good, this is correct. And when you, so just like the I, the you, the subject you, even though it is again singular, it is also a special subject, and therefore you should not include an S. So very good, you remembered the special or the exemptions to the rule. So this is also a correct answer. Very good, Ramli. How about the next line? So we have, I could kiss them all day if she'd let or lets me. Now we have here the subject she, because she is the doer. And just like what I said earlier, again, for this one, she is a singular subject, just like what you said, just like what you answered. However, is the given only the word she, but it is stated here should. So it is actually a shortcut for the word. Just like what I'm saying, Ramli, so we do not only have the subject she, because it says should. Now, if she is not like a special subject, and that's why I can see that you make use of the word let's. However, it actually has another word followed by the word she, because should stands for she would. And we know that would, meaning to say that is a word that will appear in the future. Don't worry because we'll just talk about the future for today. So that's why it's okay if you can commit this error. Now, here's the rule, Ramdi. If we have the words did, would, then our verb will be in base form, like in its root word, alright? So we will not do it in the past tense and the next. So that's why it's correct, let and let's. However, if we already have the word would, then it is safe to say to just answer the word let. Because again, we do not only have the subject she, it is followed by the word would. And would indicates that we'll just do it in the future. She would let me. Alright, so it's not she would let me. Alright, do you get that one, Ramli? So again, if we do not have the word would for the shortcut, then it's okay to like put an S. But just like this one, it actually is followed by the word would. And that's why the correct answer would be let. She would let me. That is the shortcut. She'd let me. Okay? Where is the pen? Alright. Oops.
That is good.
And for the rest, we have I. So like, again, that is an exemption. Very good. So we have thou. We do not have an S. Just like this one, it's actually the same with this with a should. So we have the would, right? But this one, I will, and therefore you will say instead of with the word S. So just like as you see, so she would let. I will say. Did you get that one? Okay. So we have will, would, shall, and the likes. I would change. So I is a special subject. That's why it's correct change. When you smile, you is a special subject again. We have I, and that's why it is special, and we have you. All right, very good. So for the rest, you got the correct item. So very good, Rami. Out of how many items do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you get 10 out of 12 items correct. Very good, and that's a pretty high score for this one. Let me have your score here. Alright, so very good, Ramli. I can see that you did understand our previous lesson for this one. Okay, so let's go back to our main lesson for this afternoon. Alright, now let's
Choppy.
in your vocabulary back. So let's have a vocabulary exercise. First, we have the word crackle. What do you think is the meaning of the word crackle?
I wish
Fire, and I listen to the crackle of the flame. Again, what does the crackle mean? A. A repetition of crackling noises, or B. A repetition of exploding noises. What is the correct answer, Roundy? A or B?
A.
What do you think is the correct answer? Alright, so for your answer, it's A. Let's see. Alright, very good. So from the word itself, crackle. It's a crackling or cracking noise. It's like it's breaking. How about the next one? So we have the word colony. If used in a sentence, the colony of ants work together in an organized manner. What do you think is the correct meaning of the word colony? So is it A, group of people, animals who have come from same country or land? Or is it a group of people or animals who have the same aims and goals?
Mm, uh, I don't know, but
A letter, come again, Emily.
um,
Is it A or B?
I think it's A.
It's a letter A. Alright, so let's see. Alright, very good, Emily. That is actually the correct answer, Isabel. Alright, very good. So there we have it. We have the word miracle and colony. Now let's read sentences once again from the title Over in Under the Snow. So last time it is about a tadpole, right? So Kate Messner. Now let's see. Can you please read this passage, Emily? Over the snow.
Over the snow, I glided. A full moon lighted my path to dinner. Under the snow, a chipmunk woke for a meal. Bedroom, kitchen, hallway. His house under my feet.
Alright, very good. Thank you so much for this one. So when do these verbs happen? So we have glided, and woke. So we'll discuss all of these types of verbs, okay? So again, our first lesson is about the simple past tense. If in this session we learned about the present tense currently happening, this one is kind of tenses or the verb already happened in the past. So again, what is a simple past tense? It tells us that the action or that certain action word or verb already happened before right now and the action is finished. Meaning to say it is located here in the past. So it's not currently happening right now because it already ended. It's already over. Alright, so that is simple past tense. Again, it is located here. For example, I glided. It's already done. Full moon lighted my path to dinner. When we say lighted, again, it's already done. Chipmunk woke for a meal. So we have the past tense woke because if it's in the present tense, then it will be wake, right? So woke, meaning to say it's already in the past. So can you try? Now let me give you more example. Now, how are we going to transform verbs into past tense? If last time we already learned how to turn the verbs into present tense, this time we're going to learn how to transform it into the past tense. For example, generally we will just add ed at the end of the verb whenever we want to imply that the action already happened. For example, if in current times you say I play, I am playing. But if you're going to convert it in the past, you will say I played. We add ed in the word played. The moon lighted. They pushed. The frog watched. The frog watched. She listened. So usually we add ed at the end of each verb. Now, if the verb already has an E in the end, then instead of adding ed, we just simply add D because based from this previous one, it doesn't have an E, right? Play. So that's why we add ed. But what if the verb already ends with the letter E? And therefore, we're just going to add the letter D. I glided because the base form of this one is glide. So it's already ended with the letter E. The mood faded. So based from the base form fade already ends with the letter E. And they type. So from the base form type, it already ends with the letter E as well. And she baked from the base form bake. So it already ends with the letter E, and therefore we'll just simply add E. Do you get that one, Ramli? Alright, very good. Now, what about if you use verb? We also add ed or d at the end of this one. For example, I read it, I slip it, I speak it, the frog live it, she read it. Do you think all of these past tense of verbs are correct? No. But instead, for example, this one, she read. Instead of read, how can we turn the verb write into past tense? What is the correct tense of the word write?
Mm,
Yes, come again. Can you try to repeat what is your answer again? Instead of written, it should be. You can also use the comment section
um,
instead from the base word right. It should be
I don't know what.
the past tense of this one should be wrote, right? We should not add eating in this one. So let's take a look. What are the verbs that are considered to change based from their base form to the past tense? So in the past tense, there are some verbs that change more than or change one letter or more letters. For examples, we have here ring. Instead of adding ed, ring, that is not correct because the correct past tense for this word is the word rang. So we change the letter I to a. The word sing should be song. So the word wake should be woke, just like what I said earlier. The word speak should not be speaken. It should be spoke. Alright, so we replace these two letters with the word go and we add e at the end. The word sleep should not slip, slip it, not like that. So it could be slept. The word leave would be left. So again, not every verb can just be we can just add ed or d at the end to make it in past tense. Sometimes some base form of the word have different past tense version. Is that clear, Emily?
Yes. Oh,
That's why it's actually important for us to know a lot of base form as well as their like counterpart when it comes to past tense. Also, we have here some verbs do stay the same. It doesn't change at all. We do not have to change anything. We do not have to add anything. We don't have to add d or ed, just like these verbs. For example, the verbs put. So we do not have to change it. The past tense will remain the same. Put. The word caught, hit, feed, set, and let. Now, actually, the important thing here is that you know many types of verbs as well as their tenses. Because again, if you know that, for example, this verb is an exception to the rule, or we do not have to add ed in this verb, then therefore we will make use of it correctly as well in a sentence.
Usually, when we talk.
Alright, so let's watch this video to like learn more about the rules in terms of turning verbs into past tense.
To the end of the action words. But with some words, we do something different. These are called irregular past tense verbs. Irregular means weird because they don't follow the pattern. Now we're going to sing a song to help us remember some of these words. Come sing along. These are the irregular, the weird past tense verbs. Yeah, these are the irregular, the weird past tense verbs. If I talk about right now, I say I read. If I talk about before, I say I read. Hear becomes heard and becomes slept. Fall becomes fell and eat becomes kept. Oh, these are the irregular, the weird past tense verbs. Yeah, these are the irregular, the weird past tense verbs. Becomes left, catch becomes caught, feel becomes felt, buy becomes bought, eat becomes eat, and break becomes broke. Go becomes went, and speak becomes spoke. Oh, these are the regular, weird tense verbs. Yeah, these are the irregular, the weird past tense verbs.
Alright, so there we have it. Again, what do we call those weird looking verbs that when turned into their past tense version, it suddenly changes the letters? Again, it is called irregular verbs, particularly irregular past tense verbs. Let's continue.
Alright, now you guys get to know the words. Let's sing it again. If I talk about right now, I say I read. If I talk about before, I say I
Red,
hear becomes heard, and sleep becomes
slept,
fall becomes
fell,
and keep becomes
slept.
oh, these are the irregular, the weird past tense verbs. Yeah, these are the irregular, the weird past tense verbs.
Alright, so there we have it again. When we say, we have in the previous lesson we learned about the special subjects, right? Like the I, like the you. But this time we learned about irregular verbs, and we can associate it to those weird verbs where we do not have to add e or ed in the end of like its base form, because again they are irregular. So a letter or some letters might be changed for it to become the past tense version of the verb. Right? So let's try to have a quick exercise first before we move on to our next session. Alright, we have here a base form: read, hear, slip, eat, and break. So let's identify it one by one. What do you think is the past tense of the irregular verb read?
What is it called again?
And the spelling will still stay the same. However, when it comes to their pronunciation, so we have read and then red. It's like the color red. However, the spelling is the same. How about the word hear?
Here.
past tense, the irregular past tense, heard. So from the word hear, we have heard. We didn't add an E. So how about the next one? We have the sleep. What is the irregular verb of this one? Alright, very good. I can actually, well, I can hear your voice very well, but I can see it's from your like pronunciation or the movement of your mouth. That is correct. On the base verb sleep, we have the irregular verb slept. How about the word eat or eat? Oh no, I already said the answer. So we have the verb irregular verb ate. From eat to ate. Alright. How about the last one? We have break.
Broke.
Very good. Alright. So we have the word broke. So here is the correct answer. How about this next one? So we have fall. What is the next one?
Fell. Fell.
Very good. So we have fell. How about the keep?
Kept.
Kept. Very good. How about the word catch?
Caught.
Caught. Very good. How about the word buy?
Bought.
Bought. Very good. How about the last one? So we have go.
Hmm.
We only have one option here.
Went.
It's the irregular verb went. So it's very different from the word go to went. How about the next one? Let's answer some more. So from the base form feel, we have, yes, very good.
Fell.
Felt, very good. About the next one, leave to
Left.
left. Alright, very good. Speak to
Spoke.
spoke. Very good. How about the word put?
Put.
Yes, it stays the same. Put. How about the word set? Just like put, it stays the same. Alright, very good. So these are the examples if we're going to use it in a sentence. I did not clean my room yesterday. So this time we're talking about the negatives. What if we use past tense verbs into negative sentence? Again, if we can recall, negative sentences are those words that have like not, no, no. So that is a negative. It's like this one. I did not clean my room. So we have the negative clue did not. Therefore, what will be the base for what will be the form of our verb? It will be in base form. We do not have to change it into like its irregular verb or in its past tense form. It's like this one. I did not clean because again, just like what I said earlier, upon checking our assignment, the word did is already in past tense. Did. It's already done. And therefore, when we use the base form or our verb, it is safe to say to just use the base form. We do not have to study if we're going to add ed or d, if we're going to change it into irregular verbs, if we're going to maintain it, because we already have the word did. It did not. So the word did is already in past tense. Therefore, if we say, I did not clean, see, so it is double negatives. It is called double negative. I did not watch. If it has ed, it will be double negatives because it is in past tense. Then if we have ed in here, watch, then it will also be in past tense. Double negatives. So therefore, the correct way if we are incorporating a negative sentence, did not, or particularly if we have the past tense did already, then the verb should just stay in its base form. Alright, just like this one. Clean, watch, go, no, study. So with this one, we don't say Jackie did not went to school because again, went is in past tense. And although this sentence is in past tense, we already have our verb did. Again, so we have to avoid double negatives. So how about if we try to compare it to like positive past tense version of the verb and then the negative sentence with again past tense version of the verb. So we have I cleaned my room yesterday. So it's okay to put an ed or use the past tense version of the verb because again it is a positive sentence. We do not have the word like did. So we need to say if we just say I cleaned my room yesterday. But yesterday is already done and therefore it should be in the past tense form. But with the negative one, just like what I said earlier, we already have the word or the past tense did. And therefore, it's okay to just maintain. Right? For the next one, oops, wait, what is this one? For the next half of this one, it's actually pretty simple since we already studied about the present, the past. Now let's dig into the future because it's actually easier, just like in the assignment. We'll have a clue like will, like should, would. So those types of clues indicates that it will just happen in the future. It's not yet done. It's not currently happening, but it will happen in the future. For example, today, tomorrow, um, Ramli will do her assignments. Ramli will do her assignments tomorrow. Will. So meaning to say, that is an indicator that we're just about to do your assignment. It's like this one. Will crackle, will dance, will rule. So aside from the main verb that we have, crackle, dance, and rule, we actually have indicators that helps us to identify that these sentences will just happen in the future. Alright? So how do we do that? So basically we'll just add the word will to the verb base of the to the verb in base form. So we do not have to add ed, we do not have to change it because again we'll just be using the base form. And basically we'll just add the word will to indicate that it will just happen in the future. I will glide. The moon will light. They will push. The frog will watch. She will listen. So it's not in the past tense, it's not yet done, it's not currently happening, but it will definitely happen in the future. We'll never know when is that unless it is indicated. She will listen later on. If we have the word later on, then we know that this action will happen later on. But if we do not have like an indicator of when will it happen, then we can just say or we can just assume that in some moment in the future it will definitely happen, but not today and not yesterday. So just like these examples, I will not clean my room. How about if we do it in negative sentences? We have again the negative sentences are those sentences that has not, no, no. So those are the negatives. So it's basically the same since we are already using the base form, and if we try to convert it into negative form, then we do not have to change anything. We'll just add the word not. So if in positive sentence of the present or the future tense of the verb, I mean future, again we have will, and then the base form, clean, watch, go, study. How are we going to turn it into negative sentence? Basically, we'll just add the word not because usually in negative sentences, we try to turn it back into the base form of the word, right? So, for example, in the past tense, if it is I cleaned my room yesterday, and in negative sentence, we just turn it in I will I didn't clean my room yesterday. But with this one, it's not that complicated when it comes to future tense, when it comes to those verbs that are not yet happening. Basically, we'll just add the word not. Right? I will clean my room tomorrow. I will not clean my room tomorrow. I will watch the movies. Kevin will not watch the movie. Jockey will go to school. Jockey will not go to school. So it's actually easier if you can observe. You do not have to remember so many rules because again in the future we just make use of the word of the base form. Alright? So don't worry, Ramli, because I'll be posting these materials and then for the activities that we skip, then you can try it out. So for your assignment, let me just discuss it quickly. So write two sentences. Oh, wait for a bit. Is it? Oops. So just write two sentences on what you will do. So when we say you will do, is it in past tense or is it in the future tense? What type of tense are you going to use if I ask you to write sentences of what you will do? Is it in past tense or is it in future tense? What do you think is the answer, Ramli? What type of sentences are you going to write? Is it in past tense or future tense? Past or future? What do you think? If it is what you will do, what do you think is the answer? Again, if you have the will, the word will, is it already done or you're just going to do it? Or you're just about to do it?
Um,
What do you think? Are you going to write sentences on past tense or in future? Because you have to understand the assignment first. What do you want? Yes? You will do. Again, it is in the
future.
few.
Future.
Alright, very good. So when we have the word will, it will just happen. So basically, your assignment is that you will write two sentences on what you will do. It's in the future tense. And also try to transform it into negative sentences. Again, negative sentences are the words that has not, no, no. Alright? So what you will not do. Write two sentences for the things that you will do in the future and write two sentences for the things that you will not do in the future. Is that clear, Ramli?
Yes.
So that's it for today. So again, I will wrap it up. We learned about the simple past tense, already happened, and the simple future tense, will happen, about to happen. Alright, so for the next session, we're going to have it by, since, let me just check the schedule really for a bit. So for our seventh session, since on like Tuesday, it's the 31st of December and it's holiday. So of course we want to spend our holidays and we do not have classes during that day. So we'll resume the class on January 2. So I will be seeing you next year, January 2, still with the same time, like 3 p.m. Alright, so for our seventh session, we'll be having it by January 2. Okay, so I'll see you next year. Ramli, advance Happy New Year to you and your family. Alright, so I'll just upload the necessary materials and then your assignments as well. So take your time in doing your assignment. And thank you once again for joining this class. So if you do not have, do you have any question, Randy, before we end this one?
No.
No? Alright, so if you do not have any more questions, then our session ends for today. Thank you so much, Ramli, and you may now leave the meet. Bye-bye.